Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. Welcome back to D&D and Me, and we are going to continue with the elemental genies, as I tend to call them, which they are apparently called. I completely forgot. It's been like 2 months since I've recorded for this. But we're going to continue with the Efreeti, which are the fire-based genies. Efreetis are hulking genies of the elemental plane of fire. The Efreet are masters of flame, immune to fire, and able to create it on a whim. I just really like the idea of Roy Mustang now as a genie, but, obviously that's not how that works. I don't want to play in like a Full Metal Alchemist style D&D game. Fine silk caftans, I don't know how to say that word. I feel rude saying it wrong. And damask robes drape their magma red and coal black skin, and they bedeck themselves in brass and gold torques, chains, and rings, all glittering with jewels. When an Efreeti flies, its lower body transforms into a column of smoke and embers. Haughty and cruel. The Efreet are deceptive, cunning, and cruel to the point of ruthlessness. They despise being forced into servitude and are relentless in pursuit of vengeance against creatures that have wronged them. Efreet don't see themselves in this light naturally, and regard their race as fair and orderly, even as they admit to an enlightened sense of self-interest. Yeah, I kind of imagine these guys very much like how Matt Mercer ran them in his first campaign. I just don't see these guys as like very fair in reality. Spiteful slavers. Efreet view all other creatures as enemies or potential serfs. They raid the material plane and elemental planes for slaves, which they capture and bring back to the homes on the elemental plane of fire. The Efreet rule as oppressive tyrants, promoting only the cruelest among their slaves. Those overseers are given whips to help keep the rank-and-file slaves in line. That makes sense. They're assholes. Planar raiders. Most Efreet reside on the elemental plane of fire, either in a great domed fortress of black glass and basalt, surrounded by churning lakes of fire, or in the fabled city of brass. Additionally, Efreet military outposts thronging with the minions and slaves can be found scattered throughout the plains. On the material plane, Efreet dwell in fiery regions such as volcanoes and the burning expanses of the world's deserts. I almost read that as desserts. Their love of the desert, almost said it again, brings them into conflict with the jinn that ride the desert whirlwinds, and with the earthbound Tao. Efreet utterly despise the Marids, with whom they have maintained a passionate conflict throughout the history of both races. It's because they are both opposite elements. It's like Avatar: The Last Airbender. He just could not do Earth. So, the Efreeti stats. They are large elementals, lawful evil, AC of 17 natural armor, so you can definitely buff it with something else. HP count average of 200, 16d10 plus 112. They have a movement speed of 40 feet and a flight speed of 60 feet. They have a strength of 22 plus 6, dexterity of 12 plus 1, con of 24 plus 7, intelligence of 16 plus 3, wisdom of 15 plus 2, and a charisma of 16 plus 3. Their proficiency saving throws are intelligence 7, wisdom 6, and charisma 7, meaning it's a plus 4. It's a proficiency bonus. They're immune to fire. They have dark vision up to 120 feet, and I would do it very much like how the fire genasi are, where they see in shades of red, like heat vision, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And a passive perception of 12. They speak Ignan and have a challenge rating of 11, 7,200 experience points. Now, depending on the age of this, they probably have a couple more languages under the belt, probably common for the ease of most things to be common, probably other things like Elven. I can see these guys 100% speaking Dwarf for some reason. Elemental demise. If the Efreeti dies, its body disintegrates into a flash of fire and a puff of smoke, leaving behind only equipment the Efreeti was wearing or carrying. Innate spellcasting. The Efreeti's innate spellcasting ability is Charisma. Spell save DC is 15, plus 7 to hit with spell attacks. It can innately cast the following spells requiring no material components. At will, detect magic, 3 times a day. Enlarge or reduce tongues. Once a day, conjure elemental, fire only. Gaseous form, invisibility, major image, plane shift, and wall of fire. It has multi-attack. It can make 2 scimitar attacks or use its hurling flame twice, or whatever the fuck you want it to do. The melee weapon is a plus 10 to hit, reach of 5 feet, 1 target only, 13 average 2d6 plus 6 slashing damage, plus 7 2d6 fire damage. The Hurl Flame is a ranged spell attack with a +7 to hit, range of 120 feet, one target only, 17 average, 5d6 fire damage. I don't think there's anything more to this. There's not. And that is the Efreet. Honestly, every time I think of Efreet, I think of Ifrit from Final Fantasy X. But that's just me. But thank you all for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if there's anything else you would like to see. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.